Good evening and welcome to the Schoology training for students, explaining how students will navigate the Schoology platform. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to log into your student school device. If it's a school issued device, the students will log in with their Office 365 username and password. And the first time they log in, it takes several minutes for a profile to create if they're at school. That will be done there while they're on WCS Wireless. And then when they're able to take the machine home, they can actually log in easily once they get home. If they have not logged in at school, it will be, most of the time they will have to take the device back to a Wayne County Schools wireless network, whatever is closest to them, and log on there and let the profile be created, and then they can log in at home. So when you're going to access Schoology, the first thing that I want to say to you is you need to use either Google Chrome, which is here, or you need to use Microsoft Edge, the one that looks like the wave. Either of these two will work perfectly with Schoology. We don't have any issues, any known issues with Schoology when you're using these two browsers. However, if you click on Internet Explorer and then go to Schoology, you will think it's going to work perfectly until you get ready to submit an assignment, or if you are trying to communicate with someone via Messenger in Schoology. Internet Explorer and Schoology do not work well together. They are just not compatible at this time. So I recommend Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. If you do not have either of those on your machine, the first thing I'm going to do is to walk you through the Software Center, where that is, and how to download Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge if you don't see that on your desktop. So you click down in the left-hand corner at the Start button. Looks like 4 little window panes. And a dialog box or the menu pops up, and you can search right in the search box for Software Center. And all you have to do is start typing it, and it's going to pop up there. And say Software Center. You're going to click on that, and it will take a few minutes, for most of the time, for the Applications tab to load. Once it loads, if you don't see what you're looking for right here, then you can look through the apps. Any of those apps can be downloaded, but remember, if they're not necessary, I would not download those because they use space. And the more space you tie up with apps, the longer it's going to take for things to upload and download, and the slower your machine's going to run. So if you don't need the app, don't download it. But what you'll do is up in the search box in the top right-hand corner, you will type in Google or Chrome, either one, and it will pop up, and you can then click on that. And then I already have it installed, so it's going to say uninstall, but right here you would say install. And then it will take a few minutes for that to install, typically at 3 or 4 minutes. And then it will go back to your applications, and you can then just exit out of that. You will then see the Google Chrome icon on your desktop, and then if you download Microsoft Edge, if it isn't already there for you, you'll see that one as well. And either of these will work fine, whichever your preference is, that's fine. You can use either of those. But I reiterate, please do not use Internet Explorer because you're going to have trouble. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open the browser. I used Google Chrome, and you're going to load on a Wayne County device, you're going to load the Wayne County Web Links page. If the student is not on a Wayne County owned device, I'll show you in just 1 second how they're going to log in to the single sign-on link. I'll show you that as well. So from this page, you're going to click SSO links. You'll also note just above that the help desk number. If you're having difficulties, you can call the help desk. But if you click on SSO links, you're going to see Schoology in the bottom right-hand corner. The same thing works if you need Clever Portal as well. You just would click from there and click Clever Portal. So when you click Schoology, it's going to log them right on in. Now, in some cases, they will require that the student log in one time, and they will put in their full Microsoft Office 365 email address and password. It's the exact same thing they use to log into the computer. So now we've logged in. I'm going, though, to show you a different way for them to get to this same page if you're on a personal device and you don't land right here. So what you would do is type in www.wayneschoolswv.org, and you can see mine populated here. So I'll just hit enter. And you'll also note there's a Parents and Students tab. If you hover over with your mouse over the Parents and Students tab, down toward the bottom, you will see SSO. If you click on SSO there, it's going to take you to the same page I just took you to log on to Schoology. So you would just go ahead and click there and log in. And it will take you right on in. I'm going to close one tab here and just leave one open. So I want to walk you through what you're going to see when you first get logged into Schoology and how to navigate Schoology successfully. So what you're on right now when you land here is called the course dashboard. You will see several things that are extremely beneficial for you, and I want to point some of those out just real quickly. The first two things I want you to see is we landed on the course dashboard, which displays all of the courses your child is logged in, is assigned to. Every course your child has assigned is going to display here, and you may have to scroll down to see all of those, but you will be able to navigate from course to course right here. So this is called your course dashboard, and you can see right here that this is what is underlined. One thing I want to point out to you, especially if your children are on virtual learning, you also have what's called recent activity. And if you click on that tab, you're going to see updates, you're going to see things that are informational that your school has posted, or that your counselor, your principal have posted in order to make sure you stay informed as a student and also as a parent. You're able to see those same updates. So I wanted you to be sure that you have your child check recent activity from the main course dashboard, and then also from each course. They will also have an updates tab or a recents tab in their courses, and they will be getting updates from their teachers as well. So not just as a school, but also as in the course, within a course. So if there have been changes made or something that the teacher needs to get out to the entire group, you will see that there. So again, we're back on the course dashboard. So the first thing that I want to show you is you click on one of your courses to go into that course. Now, before you do that, before you get bogged down in that, one of the best things to me, and to be able to keep me on track no matter where I am in the Schoology site, over on the right hand side you see what's called overdue, and fortunately nothing here is overdue. That's what we're hoping for. And then you also see upcoming. The upcoming allows you to see all of the assignments that are soon to be due, and they're typically organized by date due. So you'll be able to click on those from this same menu. You're able to click on that and go directly to that assignment. Now, what I want to caution you about is this. If you have an assignment and you click on it right here and it takes you directly to the assignment, if there were materials that you were supposed to have read prior to this assignment, or information that you might need to look at prior to getting to the assignment, if you click on it right here and you don't go back to your course and look at your course, you're going to miss some important information. But this serves as a guide or a little reminder that you have these assignments coming up and you need to be checking in with those. The due date is approaching and you need to be checking in on those assignments. So this is a really quick way for you to be able to see that. Parents, you are also, when you log into your parent account, you are also able to see their assignments, and you're also able to sign up for notifications via email and text for overdue assignments and also for upcoming assignments. So you can, when you go into your parent account, you can sign up there for those same notifications. The next thing I want to do is to show you what you have available to you on your home ribbon. So we are sitting at your course dashboard. We can click on courses, and it's going to show you the courses again, which you are assigned to or enrolled in. You also have a groups tab. If you are in a group, you would see all of the groups that are there. And you can go ahead and click on My Groups, and it will show you what groups you've been assigned to. If your teacher has assigned you to a group, you'll be able to see those. You also see resources. This is an awesome place for you to be able to save your documents. You can also utilize your OneDrive app from here. So if you want to go to the App Store and install your OneDrive app, you can do that in your resources. I'm actually, let me go to my apps here. I agree. You will click I agree, and then it will show you the resource apps you have available to you. And the one I suggest that you add is your OneDrive resource app. And go ahead and click install. And you will click approve. You will authorize that, and then you will sign into your Office 365 account with your full email address and then your password. Once you do that, all of your documents that you've created are available right here, and you're able to get to those to upload if you've saved something that you need to upload, and I'll show you momentarily how to do that. So that would be the app I would recommend that you add to your resources. And then you can see the grades app. And if you click on that, you can actually see the grade report and also attendance. So if you click on grade report, you can click on the course, and then you'll be able to see your current grades. If you click on the attendance tab, again, you'll click on the course, and you'll be able to see any absences, excused or unexcused, and also tardies. Parents, you will also be able to see this same information for your child or children via your Schoology, parent Schoology account. So if you don't have a parent Schoology account, there is a link to another video that I created for you. And also, if you have issues with creating your account or need your parent access code, you can call your your child's teacher, call the school, the administrator. You will be able to get someone direct you to the person who can help you get your parent access code for your child. So we're going to start with going into the rest of the ribbon. You have a search function here, and what you can do is search in a course. It will let you search through a course for information you are needing at that particular time. And when you look through the search function, you just type it in as you would, and I will say this: the less you type in, the better off you're going to be about finding what it is you're looking for. If you get very detailed, typically it isn't going to find what you're looking for. So I'm very general about what I'm searching when I'm searching, what I type in there. So again, I just mentioned to you the App Store. The only app that you're going to see right here, and I want to point this out immediately, for those parents who have difficulty accessing internet, your internet is slow, you do not have good upload speeds, you are struggling to get assignments, see assignments, and definitely struggling to submit assignments, there is a feature that you can register for, and it's called Schoology Offline. And I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'll show you there's another place you can do it as well. But you click this Schoology Offline, and I'm going to tell you what it does. It will register you with Wayne County Board of Education to receive and to notify your teachers that you have limited internet access, and you're going to need to be able to access your course materials without the internet. So we will have soon what's going to be called a download or a sync, and you will click on that once weekly. You're going to have to come to a hotspot wireless for the state, or it's called Kids Connect, and I'll show you a map of that momentarily, and we're going to post the link to that map in the chat function, so you can chat feature, so you can actually go click on that link, and the map will show you all of the areas in Wayne County where those access points are located. You can also go to a school and connect your device back to WCS Wireless. It will connect automatically, and you can log in, and it will let you push the download button or app that will immediately start to pull down everything new that has been put into Schoology over the last week. And so once that download is complete, then your machine will have everything you need to work from home without internet. And then when you come back the next week to upload your assignments and to again sync with Schoology, all of that will take place in one visit with your access to the Hotspot Wireless or Wayne County Schools Wireless. So we're making it easily accessible for you to use Schoology without having internet. So what you do is you click on Schoology Offline, and you're going to get a confirmation prompt. So you're going to say, press confirm below to register for offline support. So you're going to click confirm, and it tells me now that I have successfully registered for offline support. Your teachers will be notified. Schoology Offline application will be coming soon. So in your Office 365 and maybe even in your Schoology messaging, you will receive an application for that. Your teachers are notified immediately that you're going to need resources that do not require third-party internet. We are getting those notifications as each person registers for this feature. We're getting those notifications now. So then you have, again, on your home ribbon, you have your calendar. Again, this is one of my favorite components of Schoology. I like lists and calendars because it helps me keep my myself organized. And so if you reference your calendar regularly, you're going to see in your calendar from up on the home ribbon, you will see all of the due dates and assignments for all of your courses. Now you have a calendar option in each course as well, so you're able to see it from inside the course and then also from your home ribbon. So you can click here, and then you too can access an assignment from the calendar. You can click on it and get a little better description, and then you can actually click view item, and it will open that item as well. So here it will take you directly to the assignment. I'm going to take you next to your messaging. You can also add, by the way, in your calendar, I'll take you back there for just 1 minute. If you have a function upcoming and you want to add something in your calendar, you can actually click there and create an event so you know what's happening as well. You can add that calendar, you can add that event to your calendar. All your personal stuff can be added right there, so you can look at your week or upcoming weeks, month, however you like to plan, at a glance by looking at your calendar. So you would just type in the due date or the date of the event, the end time or end date, the title of the event, a description, and I'll just go ahead and put, just to give us something to put in there. You can put a description if you need to bring your laptop or whatever the description is of that. And then if you need to send a message to someone else and invite that person, you can do that as well if you have a group that you're working with. So you can click create, and you will see that the event shows up right here, so you can add that yourself. I'm in a student account working as a student, so you can add to your calendar without having to have someone else do that. If you need to edit that, you double click on that item, and then you can go to edit. You can also go to view, and then obviously you can cancel. If you see that your due date has to change or that the due date has changed, you can left click on this blue area with the event name, and you can drag that over to the new date and drop it. So you drag and drop using your left mouse, click, you push your left mouse, you hover over the event, push your left mouse button, and start dragging it with your mouse. And when you're ready to drop it in its new home, you just let go of your left mouse button and it has its new home place. So we're going to go on to messaging, and this function is available in the course, each course, and also from your home ribbon. So you will click on your messages, your envelope, and you will see if you want to send a new message, you can click right here and click new message. And if you had messages, it would show you currently do not have any messages, but if I did, it would list those in the order they were sent to me, and then I could just click on that and open that and reply from there. I can also click new message. And I can search for a person, click that, type in a subject, type my message. I can also attach a file or send a link and click send. And then I would get that message. And then click send. Now, when I reply to that message, or when that message receives a reply, you will get a notification like you do right here on the notifications tab. You will get a yellow highlight that tells you have new messages. And then this is your notifications tab, and you just click that to open up notifications and requests. And you can see that just by clicking on the little bell right here. So I'm actually in a course, and I want to show you the first page again that you default to is your materials page, unless your teacher has set it so that you land on the updates page. So right here is where you toggle between the two pages that I was telling you about. The materials page is where you're going to see your folders. I'll go back to the beginning. Here's where you're going to see your folders for that course, and then here is your menu. Again, you see your upcoming, and you can click on your calendar from right here as well. So I'm going to start with, we're on the materials landing page. You can click on a folder and open the folder from right here, and you can see what's in this folder. You also see that there's another folder, and I have the option of expanding it and looking at what's in it without clicking on it, or I can actually click on that and open it, and then I'm currently seeing a link to the Wayne County Acceptable Use Policy, so I can click on that policy and open it and read it within Schoology. Now, if I go back to the welcome folder, again, I can see, because the teacher put here what is within what the contents of this folder, they've listed that here, so I know immediately this is where I need to go. So if your teacher didn't do that, you will have to expand that to look at what's in that folder. And it's just a different way to navigate. So I've included it both ways so that you could actually see what is taking place. If you go to the Be a Student, you can see here what I have in the folder. Once you expand that, you can see every assignment that is in that folder. And we will walk through a couple of those. I'm going to show you that because I want you to see how to submit an assignment. And we're going to open that and complete it, and I want you to be able to see how that's done. So we will do that, and we'll walk through or at least a couple of those so you can watch how we do that. So the next page, so we landed on the materials page. Your teacher may have you land on the updates page, especially if you are virtual and since we're doing blended learning right now. This is the page where you will receive updates from your teacher about your course. If I had to post tonight was our online event, I would have sent that out and the student would receive that message or notification right here. So you are able to see every update that the teacher makes. If there's been a change in plans that you're no longer going on the plan that she had given you for last week, we've changed 2 or 3 things around, we're going to do something a little differently, they're going to notify you on the course updates page. And again, I'm sharing with you the importance of this page because this is a way your teacher will communicate with you to get mass information out to every student at one time. This, however, is not the place to have a one-on-one conversation with your teacher. If you need to ask about your grades, an assignment, anything you need to ask about that does not pertain to that update, you're going to want, and maybe even what is in the update, I think your replies need to be sent via the message system. And I'll show you another way to message. Again, I already showed you how to use the envelope up here, but you also have a way to message your teacher within this course, and I'm going to walk you through that just in 1 second. So the updates page is a way for your teacher to get information out to you quickly and as a whole group. You do not want to use this platform in order to have one-on-one conversations with your teacher. This is only for communication to come to you from the teacher or the school. So the next, and I want you to please check that folder daily. When you log into your courses, that needs to be the first thing you click on to see if there have been any changes and your teacher telling you that you have something new or we've made some changes or whatever the update might be for that day. Excuse me. The next menu item that you're going to have here is grades. And again, I showed you from up here where you can click grades. This hosts all of your courses when you're up on your home ribbon. Within a course, you only see the grades for that particular course. So you can come down, you can actually click on this assignment, and I'm going to click on this one because I did this earlier so you could see it. And you can see the soil study guide and the score right here. So if I click on this, I can look at the comments that were sent by the teacher. Now you have to click on that to see that. And then you can actually look at the test or quiz, and if you are allowed to take another attempt, then it will allow you to see that right here. Now, if you're allowed to take it a second time, you're not actually going to see the results there. You're going to have to do the attempt first. And then if you go to my submission, you can actually view assessment if that has not been locked. If it has been locked, then you will not be able to see that until everyone has completed that test and your teacher unlocks that for you. So we can look at this, and I am going to show you this only because, again, this is a fake student account. I'm not sharing with you someone's personal information. But I will show you the types of questions that are available and your child might see. This was a matching, and so what had to be done, I had to choose a letter and put it over beside of what the definition was. I had to choose that, and I went through and did each of those. And this was a matching question. Question 2 was a fill in the blank, and you can see I did not do well on this particular question. Question 3 was you were able to just check all that apply. Question 4 was true or false, and you'll see those in your question types. Question 5 was complete the following statement, and you selected the best of the 4 answers, and there may be 5 answers depending on how the teacher sets that up. Again, true or false. And then you had some that have, again, you can see all the way through F, the choices, 1 and 3 only, and then all of the above. And then again, 9, it was fill in the blank. So there are drag and drop, like you can label a map. Your teacher might ask you to label a map on one of the question types, and again you will use your left mouse button, drag and drop to label. And I think I put one in there so you could see that one. And then again, you see comments, and I want to show you that. And you can actually reply to your teacher right here, and that's an individual reply. Not everyone will see that. That will just be between you and your teacher. So if you think there's something you need to discuss, you can discuss that right here. Now, back to grades again. You can actually see what you have in the overall course at that particular time, and then you can look at the category. This is actually a category called classwork. You can also see a category for quizzes right here. And if there's a grade for those quizzes, then you would actually see a grade out here just like you did for up here for classwork. So since this is the only assignment I've completed at this particular time, I'm only seeing the grade for this particular category. I don't have anything in this category. We might in a minute, but we don't right this second. Again, even though you can access grades and attendance up here, overall for all courses, this grades and this attendance is specific to the course you're in. So if you click on attendance, you're going to be able to see all of your attendance. And also, if a teacher has commented, asking you if you're okay, you've missed some, we're concerned about you, here the teacher might comment there to say, I'm just checking on you, please give me a call, I'd like to know how you're doing. So you can see comments here as well. The next area I was telling you, you can look to see who your teacher is in a course. I asked this week when I was talking to some students, and they were enrolled in virtual courses and they did not know who their teacher was. So if you click on the Members tab over on the left menu, you will see your course admin or your course teacher will have what looks like the little yellow shield with a green star in that. That means that is a teacher or a course admin in your course. And when you click on, for example, my name, it will let you send me a message up here in the right hand corner. I can click message and go back. It automatically populates my name in the to box. You can type your subject, your message, and then you can also submit a file or a link and click send. So that is how you access your messages from the course. Now, you are not going to see anyone other than your course members. This is all you're going to see right here. Now, the conferences tab, if your teacher wants to do a conference with you, you will be able to click on that and join that conference. So if a conference was started, you can actually join that conference by clicking here. You have to click approve, and then it will list if there's a conference and you need to join that. The only person who can initiate a conference in your course is your course admin. So if a teacher has scheduled that, they will notify you via the calendar, and it will show up in your upcoming events. And then all you have to do is click here and click that, or over on your calendar, you can actually click the event there and it will take you directly in. There are two ways to access that. If your teacher wants to do a Teams meeting, you will also see the Teams app here. So you would click on Teams and it will have you sign in. And again, you will put in your full K-12 email address and your password. And I suggest if you have that, you go ahead and do that. So when it's time for that conference, you will have all that already in there and you will be signed in and ready to roll with your conference. You won't have to fool with that. So if you go ahead and get that done early, if your teacher tells you he or she is going to use Teams, then go ahead and get signed in and get that up and running, and you're ready to go when they are. And you would just, again, click on the calendar and it will take you to the link, or if your teacher sends you the link via a message in the updates, you might get those in an update as well. You can just click that link and it will take you there. And if you're already signed in, you won't have anything to worry about. Now, I told you earlier there was another way to do the Schoology offline. And if you look right here again on the left-hand menu, you will see Schoology offline. And I've already registered, so I'm going to get the prompt here that tells me I've already registered. Now, I registered through the App Store, and once I register, it notifies all of my teachers, so I do not have to go to each course and re-register. It's an all-encompassing registration. When I register one time, then all of my teachers are notified, and I will be receiving my materials via Schoology offline. And again, you will have to do the 1 hour transmission where you go upload your assignments for the past week, and you also download all of the new assignments and information that is in your Schoology. Now, I'm going to take you back to the materials page because I want to show you how to navigate your course or a course. Now, when you land on the materials page, you may not see what I see right here. Okay? You may see numerous folders, and they may be dated. You might see the week of, and you might see that folder, and you know that for that week, all of those assignments and all the information you're going to need are housed in the week of folder. They might have Unit 1 folders or Start Here folder that tells you exactly how you're going to navigate that course. So it just totally depends on how your teacher set up your course. Now let me say this to you. You have a message button, and don't be afraid to utilize that button. If you're not understanding how to navigate that course, don't be concerned about sending that teacher a message. Go ahead and send that message and say, I'm really not understanding that. That feedback, we are glad to get your feedback, and it enables us to see exactly what your thoughts are so that we can tailor this to exactly what works for you all. This is the goal. We want you to be able to navigate this easily, and if it doesn't work for you, we need to know it isn't working. So if you'll share that with us, we're glad to know that, and we will help you walk through it and try to make it as easy as possible. Again, you can click on folders and see what is in there, and you can also click on the assignments from over here. So I'm going to take you to, and don't skip your welcome folders or don't skip the Start Here folders, because those folders typically have a tremendous amount of information in that. And I'll just give you an idea. There may be a course syllabus if you're upper levels. They may be a course syllabus if you're in middle school and high school. And they also may have those in elementary or an expectations page, they may call it, instead of a syllabus. But they will give you all the classroom expectations, how this is going to work, what they are looking for, how they want to interact with you. They might give you a timeline or online classroom policies. They might give you their grading policies. They might give you an attendance policy, link to the school handbooks, link to the acceptable use policy. There might also be a link to the technology help desk in there. That you can see the number from within the course. You don't have to navigate back out. You can actually see that. And so they will have lots and lots and lots of information for you in those getting started welcome folders. So don't skip those folders. They're extremely beneficial. So I'm going to take you to the Be a Student folder in this particular course. And the first thing I'm going to show you is a discussion. So if you get an assignment that says discussion, here's what you're going to do. You'll go ahead and click on the assignment, and it's going to tell you share one, and this they've kind of made this a little bit backwards here. They went 3, 2, 1. So I would start down here, share one piece of technology that you couldn't live without and why. So the first thing that I would start doing is, and did you see what I just did? I clicked on, it looks like it's grayed out, and I've gotten several calls. When they look at this, it looks as though it's grayed out. So what you do is you click on the box that says create a comment or comment. And then you can actually start typing what is the one piece of technology that you couldn't live without and why. So I might go to the most, probably the most ancient of technologies, and it keeps me in my job daily, but it is the telephone. And why might I not be able to? And I would actually put over here, this is number 1. And why could I not live without that? And I would put it in a sentence form if they asked me to, but I would look at all my directions. Now, I didn't say which telephone. I didn't say an iPhone or landline or whatever. I just said the telephone, so it would encompass all of those. So again, be conscientious of what you put there. Make sure you've thought out your answers and that they're formulated and grammatically correct. You need to know if your teacher is looking at spelling on here. You need, and I would be. So I'm cautioning you to be aware of in a discussion. That's an assignment. So think about your grammar. Type in full sentences if they tell you to. If they don't, you might want to do that anyway for practice. But anyway, make sure you understand the directions and answer as they have instructed you to do so. So the next one says share 2 hobbies. And I've answered that question. And then I would put number 3 there. And you might want to do 3, 2, 1 like the questions are put in there. Introduce yourself, share your name. You could type in, my name is Kara Porter. You can type in whatever your name is. And actually this student's name is Janae. Future career plans. And I'm just going to put my name here just for the sake of time. And I would answer the rest of that. My future career plans, I started out in business, and so my future career plans at the elementary level changed a lot. I didn't want to do business at elementary. I think I had chosen a veterinarian, and as funny as that may seem for those of you who know me. And so I realized quickly that I could not deal with blood and all those lovely things. And so my plan for veterinary medicine or medicine in general went out the window. And so I started developing hobbies and interests, and I found something I was passionate about and loved dearly, and that was business. And so I pursued my my education in business. I worked in business and pursued that education. So you can talk about your hobbies are relative here. And what this does for you, and I know parents think, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous, but actually it lets us get a little bit of insight in your child and what your child's interests are, and we can relate things and assignments to your child's interests, and they learn more. If it's something that they can relate to, the learning is more embedded for that child. So every time we can involve an interest that your child has and we can help them explore those interests, we're able to let them learn more about the career they were thinking about and either move more toward it or gravitate away from that and towards something a little more something that they just love and can't do without. And so activities like these give us a little insight into who your babies are and what's important to them and how we can connect to them, because creating connections with our students enables us to help them more and to get to know them and allow them to get to know us and to be comfortable saying, I'm really not understanding this, or I've really mastered this and I need some more challenging work. So it lets them feel a little more comfortable with sharing where they are and what their needs are in our classroom. So it really is a beneficial assignment. And I had a student tell me today that the teacher had given one of the assignments was to have a parent create a Schoology contact, a Schoology parent account. And the reason is for that. We need to be able to communicate with our parents and keep them updated and informed on what's going on in our classrooms and our schools. And we want your feedback. We want to know what you're experiencing with this learning process. We want you to share that with us, and we want our kids to share that with us. We need their feedback. I said one of the most difficult parts of this training, and I've said it each time I've done one, I do this without my the people I'm training. I can't look at them. I can't see their feedback. I can't see their reactions to what I'm presenting. So I can't watch there for verbal cues that I can see body language that says, I don't like this, I'm not understanding this. So I can't go back and say, okay, wait just a minute, let's look at this a little differently. We don't have that luxury for our virtual babies unless we're online. So one of the ways that we're working with that and incorporating feedback is through communication. So if you can help us communicate, and you as a parent might feel a little more comfortable saying, my child's really struggling with this, we're going to have to do something else here. So every single time we have the opportunity to connect with you and the option to involve you in our classrooms, we want to do that. So that's why they're doing that. It isn't to to cause you another hassle in your daily life, but it actually is so that we can communicate with you and involve you in your child's learning. So that is part of that activity. Now I'm going to go ahead and submit this, even though question number 3 is really not completely answered, but I want you to see how to submit that. So once you're finished, this was just one where you clicked in the comment box in a discussion and you typed in your answers, and you are going to now click post. Now here is where, if you are in Internet Explorer and all of a sudden you can't type your answer in here, or you can't post your answer that you've already typed, what you can do is, before you exit Internet Explorer, you can copy that, right click that and highlight it, or left click it and highlight it, and right click and copy it, and you can actually save it to your clipboard. And then when you open up Google Chrome, you can, when you get ready to put that back in there, you can actually just right click and paste it, so you don't have to rekey all of that. I know for little ones who are having difficulty keying, that's a big issue. So our teachers are going to be working with them how to copy and paste. Those are some of the things they're including in their lessons. I've seen some of that this week, and they're doing that so the kids know how to navigate and to save them some time. So once you're finished with your answer, you're going to go ahead and click post, and you will see your answer appear here. Now, if the teacher has enabled comments, other students might be able to reply to you, and in this particular case, comments are enabled. And if I wanted to reply, if someone replied to me and I wanted to reply back, I just click the reply button. I can also click a like button. It's kind of similar to social media. So I can click a like button. If someone else posted something I really like, I can click the like button. And you can see the little smiley face. And then again, I can create a reply. And post the reply. And again, you can include files if your teacher opens that up to be able to do that. You can include a file or a link if you're having a discussion on research and you want to prove what you've said, and your teacher tells you have to cite that. You can include the URL there and create a link from that. So all they have to do is click that and go. But again, comments will have to be enabled by the teacher. And don't fret if you don't see comments enabled. Replies, you will still be able to see your comment posted there. And most of the time, if there's a discussion, you're going to see comments enabled. So, but if you don't, go ahead and message your teacher and say, I'm not seeing those enabled, and he or she will share with you what the issue is there, or fix it, or tell you why it doesn't say that. Okay, so there's a discussion and how to submit a discussion. So I'm going to go back to be a student. And right here is one I'm going to show you how to do. And I did not get in here a fillable PDF, but I will put one in there and share that with you as a sample. We're actually going to try to push that out as quickly as I can get it ready, so that you can see how to do a fillable PDF in case you see one of those. Your teacher will be able to share that with you if he or she is asking you to do that. So I'll get one ready and send that to your teachers, so if they're using that, they can post that as well in the courses. So I'm going to click on this assignment that says download, edit, and submit a Word document. Now, if your babies are little and they have never worked in Word, then there will be instruction on how to do that. But I'm going to show you here in general how to do this. So I'm going to click this assignment, and it's going to pop up here, and it says for this assignment, you need to download the document that I have attached to this assignment, and right here is the document. Now, let me say this. If your teacher has uploaded a fillable PDF, if you click the view button, you cannot fill in the PDF there. You actually have to click on the file name over here. I'm going to say that one more time. If you have a fillable PDF, meaning they want you to type on the document, you cannot click on view and type in the document. You can look at it, but you cannot type in it. So all you have to do is come over here and click on the actual document, and it would let you do that. This happens to be a Word document. And if you look, it looked like nothing happened. But if you look down in the left-hand corner, down here, when you click that document, it will actually open Microsoft Word. Now, I opened that and I didn't finish reading my comments. So I can minimize this. I can minimize it to the bottom, or I can do just a shrinkage there and move it around so that I can read this. Again, as I'm working, I can read the assignment instructions. You need to type your name on the document and save it. And you need to submit the file to the assignment area. This will take you through the process of submitting. So all I have to do is click on this document somewhere, and I'll just type it right here and type my name. Now you could have clicked in the header up here and typed it up here. It didn't say where to type it, it just said in the document. So I'm not going to fret over that. Now, I'm going to tell you what I would do, and this is just for me. And I didn't do it ahead of time because I wanted to walk you through this. So I'm going to minimize my screen right here for just a minute because I don't want you seeing everything I'm seeing. So you see the little file folder down on this is what's called the taskbar. So there's a little file folder on the taskbar. If you click on that, it brings up all the information where you can store your documents and how you can store them, the little containers they're in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Documents. And if you right click in this open section over here, just right click down toward the bottom, there's something called New. If you hover over New, a little second menu or sub menu pops up, and you can click Folder. So this happens to be, we'll call this Training. So for this course, it's called Training, so I'm going to name my folder Training. If your students might want to name their folders Math, and all you do is right click it, choose folder, and it pops up there, and you can type in it right there. When you're finished typing, you just click off of it. Again, you right click, come down toward the bottom, click hover over New, and then go up to Folder, click it, and then you name it English. So you can do that for each course your child has. So when we come back over here to do this process with this nice little Word document where it told us to save it, and then we're going to upload it. So to save a Word document or a PowerPoint or any other Microsoft Office document, you can actually click File and then down to Save As. Now, I'm going to tell you why you don't want to just click Save. If you click Save, I'll show you how to find your document, but it isn't going to be where you want to put your document. It's going to go to a default container. So we choose Save As because that allows us to save where we want our documents. So I'm going to click Save As, and then I'm going to Browse. And I'm going to come over here on the left-hand menu, and I'm going to choose Documents. I'm going to show you another way to save them too. I don't know that it will work with my fake student, but I'm going to show you another way to save it as well. So you click Documents, and then you see the list of folders that we just created. Now in this particular case, this document needs to go in my training folder. So I'm going to double click on my training folder. Now this is already named Science Venn Diagram. I can put today's date on that, like I can do 0917. Oops. My unlock is not on. 0917. So that gives me today's date that I know I'm finished that on today's date. Now the reason you might want to do that is if you're looking back real quickly, that might not be the same one you want. And you'll know via the date. You'll know by the date how you when you created that. So you click Save, and then you close the document. Just exit off of it. Click the X. Now I'm just going to go back to Schoology, and the rest of this tells me to submit that document. Now here's where a lot of you have issues, and I'm going to reiterate this again. If you are in Internet Explorer, you cannot submit your documents. It will not let you submit, and most of the time it won't even let you see the submit button. If it does let you see it, it will spin and spin and spin and never upload your document. Same thing with communication and the discussion. Where it has to communicate with Schoology, it is not compatible, so it will not allow those functions to take place. So if that's an issue you're having, look back real quickly and make sure you're using Edge or Chrome, one of those two. So what you're going to do is over on the right hand side where it says submit. Now here's where a lot of people get confused. They like to come down here and try to put it in this comment. That is not where it goes unless your teacher tells you to put a comment down here. You're going to click the submit button, submit assignment. So you go ahead and click on that. And it's going to give you three options: upload, create, and resources. So if you've saved it in your OneDrive, and that's where I'm getting ready to show you in just a minute, you can actually submit it from your resources as well. So we have some options there. So if we go to upload, we click down here on this little file box, and if you move your mouse over it, and I know it looks grayed out, a lot of people call because it's grayed out. When you hover over that, it will light up, so you just click on that, and it takes you to your containers. Now notice it defaulted to quick access, but you can click documents and then click your folder. Training is mine, so I'll double click on training, and then I'm going to double click on my assignment. It automatically starts attaching that. You have to wait until you see the little word complete over to the right of that before it's ready to be submitted. Once it says complete and I can see that, I still have the option before I submit, I still have the option to go back and remove that if I accidentally click the wrong file and I need to go back and get the right one. I can delete that. I can add a comment with my submission if I want to say, please note I had issues with question number whatever, or I wasn't sure if you wanted my name in the header or if you wanted it in the actual document. Here's where I included it. And if you had any other comments you need to make, you can put those right there and then click submit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you that, but before I do that, I want to show you what create is. So if this is a document where they tell you to create in the document, then you could just type right here, type your answers, and then click submit from here. You can also do save draft if you're not finished working and you need to work some more, but you need to leave and go to another class or course or whatever you have a timed test or whatever it is you have to do right that minute. You can actually save the draft and come back to that to finish it later. And then you can submit from right there. And again, on resources, the OneDrive app is installed, and I cannot log in there. But if I could, I would go ahead and log in, and then my resources are already listed there. So I'm going to show you what that would mean. So instead of saving my file in just my documents, on your machines, on your children's machines, you have two options. Over where the little caret is on the bottom of your taskbar, it's called an up arrow or a caret. A lot of people refer to this as a little caret. You will see the little cloud icon right here. That is OneDrive. Now, I have a fake student who does not have a Microsoft Office account, so I can't sign in there, but I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do that. So you're going to click on the little cloud from the caret right here, and then you're going to click sign in. So you'll click that right here, and you would put your full email address, click there, and actually yours will say something different. Yours will say your K-12 account or your OneDrive share account. So it will tell you right here what to put in there. Mine does not, because this child does not have a Microsoft Office account. So you would go ahead and put your Office 365 information in there and go ahead and sign in. You can also do that over here at the Start menu. You can click Start, and you can click All Programs, and go up to OneDrive. And again, it's going to give you the option, but it's going to tell you that's your SharePoint. It is not going to look like mine says set up a OneDrive. Yours is already set up. You're just logging in to access it. Okay, and then your documents would show up here. So if when you got ready to save, where we did, I'm just going to go ahead and open that Venn diagram one more time. I'm going to show you again how you would save to your OneDrive if you were signed in. So if you click File, Save As again, and Browse, most of the time if your OneDrive is signed into, right there where you get to the Save As, it will let you choose your SharePoint from right there. But in this particular case, I would come over here and it would say Janae Porter OneDrive or SharePoint. So you can click that and save it in your OneDrive. So if you're at home and you forgot your computer at school, you can use a personal device and log into your OneDrive by going to Office 365 online, and I'll show you again how to do that. And you can access all of the documents that you've saved on your OneDrive from your personal machine. You can access it from a phone with the app. You can actually not even have the app on your phone and still access it by going to Office 365 and logging in on your phone. So you have all kinds of options if you save your documents on your OneDrive. Once you're signed into your OneDrive on your student computer, when it syncs with the county, typically it's going to prompt you down here with a little notification, just like this, that your OneDrive needs to be, well, mine's gone now. Your OneDrive needs to be synced. And so it will say you have all these files that need to be uploaded. So while you're doing your uploads, for those of you who are doing Schoology offline, go ahead and sync your OneDrive back to your computer so that everything is available online. You get it all online. And you can access it from anywhere. It isn't restricted to one computer. So that's your other option for saving your documents. And then, as I said, when you got ready to submit your assignment, you could have just pulled it from your resources here and added it from the OneDrive resource app. So I'm going to go back to upload, and I'm actually going to go get my file again so you can see it one more time. So this particular one is in documents, and I'm going to go to training, and again double clicking on the document, and then I'm going to click submit. Now some of you, if you have poor internet or their internet is overloaded at your time you like to work, especially in the evenings, it has been just really overloaded. You might want to get up, if you've saved that document, and you might want to get up early and submit your work early. You might miss the peak usage times, and you might be able to get that to go far more quickly for those of you who are having issues. If you're using your phone, and I will not show you that tonight, but I can do another one to show you how to use your phone. I'll have to use a document camera. But I will show you how to use your phone to submit an assignment. But if you're struggling with the internet, if you have an Apple 8 or newer, it might even be a little older, I can't remember, but I know an 8 for sure and up. You have, if you go into a new note and you click on the camera, there is a scan function. And when it scans your document, it saves it, and it requires less less bandwidth to be able to transmit that document to your teacher when you want to submit. It isn't as large of a file, so it doesn't require, so the upload speed becomes less relevant because the file type is smaller. So you're able to submit that document as a file or a PDF versus having to submit it as a picture, which is a larger document and requires a longer time to submit that. If you're struggling with the internet, you definitely want to go PDF versus JPEG or picture of any type. So you have that option, but I will say this and caution you. Instead of trying to go to Safari and go to the Wayne County Board of Education and go through SSO links through Safari, again, they are not compatible. They do not play well together. So what you need to do is download the Schoology app from the App Store, and then when you go to log in, you will search for your school. And again, your school might not be the only one named the same name, so you have to look at the address of the school you're selecting before you put your credentials in, or it's going to tell you you don't have an account there. So make sure you choose the correct account when you're setting up your Schoology. And parents, if you are using the same phone to log into your account, you have to make sure the student logs all the way out for you to log into your parent account. And then you just go back through and say, create parent account. You go to Schoology.com and create the parent account through the app. And then, again, the students cannot submit under the parent account. So you have to log back out and let them log back in order to be able to complete and submit their assignments. So if you're navigating that way and you have questions, you can actually call me, and I'll do a little training on that. It won't take very long at all, but I'll do a little training on that for you to show you how that works and how you can submit there and how you can use the scan feature. So I have submitted that assignment, and you notice that because the instructor has left on an option to resubmit or to submit multiple times, then I can click there and resubmit it. If I thought I did something incorrectly, or my teacher gave me some feedback and now I want to do it again and fix it, correct whatever I had wrong, I can actually do that. So it tells me here when I hover over that, it tells me my submission can be saved to a portfolio. Now, your school has to actually turn on the portfolio feature, and I'm not sure if it goes back to the teacher can turn it on or off. I think it actually is by the school. So if the school does not have that on, it won't be available to you. And you won't see that. So yours may look a little bit different than mine. And if it does, it isn't a problem. And that's why it would look a little different if your submissions for portfolio are not turned on. Now, you can see the grade. If I had a grade here, I could actually click on that and look at the category and look at my score on that. And that I can see it right here. I can also go back to grades and see if my assignment has been graded. And it has not been graded, so it won't go automatically into the grade book. Some assignments are set up that they go immediately back into the grade book, and you will see your score instantly. And especially with assessments, you will see that happen frequently. Now, I'm going to go back again to courses. I want to show you some, just a couple more times how you could submit. I'm going to try to look for one that's a little bit different. I think motivation. Okay, so here's one, and I'll show you this too. Now, using your mobile device, get with a partner and add a selfie to this Schoology Media album. Now, if you're on virtual, then you have two options. You can, if you've used your phone and you have a selfie that you love on your phone, you can actually connect your phone with a USB cord to your machine, and you can select your picture and save it in pictures. And the way you would do that, and I don't have my phone connected, so what you would do, it will actually pop up a little box, and it will ask you if you want to allow that phone to access your computer or allow the computer to access your phone, and you will click yes, and it will ask you what you want to do with that. So you open it and you select the picture that you want, and then you can actually save that picture where you want it. It will prompt you through that box, and all you're going to do is click pictures, and you can actually save it there. Now I'm going to show you another way you can do it that you don't need a phone. So what you're going to do is in the bottom corner here, you will click in the little search box, and you can type camera. And you can see that your camera comes up. Now let me tell you two things with the camera and the microphone. On your keyboards, and I don't have a student computer in front of me, but on your keyboards there's a little toggle that you can turn off your camera or turn it back on. And the same thing with your microphone. You can turn off your microphone or turn it back on. So if you're having difficulty that your microphone gives you a funny little message that says, I'm not available, or it just is grayed out, then chances are that has been toggled off. So if you click that and turn it back on, you should have that, and the same thing with the microphone. So if you click that camera, you typically would see my picture there, And instead you see my little yellow sticky note. And so you would click take photo. So I'm going to go ahead and take a photo. And you can see that the photo shows up down here. Now it saved it to my camera roll. So if I come over here and look at my little file folder down on my taskbar on the bottom, and I'm going to show you something else with your camera. I helped some others do. And then you go to pictures right here. Just double click on your pictures and you double click on your camera roll. Your selfie is right here. So you don't have to have a phone to be able to do your selfie. Okay? So you can just click on it right there. Now, I'm going to show you another way to do if they told you to do a screenshot. I want to show you this. But I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to where it says add media, if you see that, and it says attach a file. So I'm going to click on my little attach file and I'm going to go to my PC, or go to pictures right here. I'm going to click on camera roll and I'm going to double click on my picture and it will let me add media, and there is my profile picture. Okay, so that's how you submit a picture if it asks you to submit media. Now I'm going to go back and show you one more thing. If they asked you to submit a screenshot, I'm going to show you how to take a screenshot. And I'm going to, while I'm in this same place, I'm going to show you how to pin something to the taskbar. If you use it frequently and you want it to be available all the time, this will make your life easier, and especially when you're dealing with the little ones. So I'm going to show you something that will help you out just a little bit more. So if you click on your start button and you find your camera again, right click on your camera and where it says pin to taskbar, left click on that and you will suddenly see your camera at the bottom on your taskbar. Now, if they ask you to take a screenshot, there's something called a snipping tool. And it will be your favorite tool ever once you figure out how to use this. If you start typing in snipping, it pops up on the top. And again, I would right click on that and I would pin to my taskbar. And even on my computer, it is pinned to my taskbar. I use this all the time when I'm doing trainings, when I want to show a parent and I want to take a real quick screenshot and I want to send it to them so that a picture's worth 1,000 words. I want them to be able to visualize what I'm showing them. So I send it to them in an email or in a text or something that they're able to look at that. So when I want to take a screenshot, I'm going to click on this nice little pair of scissors and I'm going to get a dialog box or menu that pops up there and says, what do you want to do now? So I'm going to click new. Now when I click new, I need to move this folder or this box menu out of my way. So I'm going to left click up here in this little white area and I'm going to drag it over here in the bottom out of my way somewhere. So now you can see my mouse turns into what's called a crosshair and I'm going to position that where I want to start taking the picture, if you will, or creating the screenshot. So I'm going to position that right here and I'm going to hold my left mouse button down and I'm going to start dragging it until I have covered with the little red square everything that I want to capture in this screenshot. As soon as I do, I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to let go of my mouse buttons and it's going to pop up and it's going to give me an option to save this, or what do you really want to do with this? I'm going to do File, Save As, just like we did. And then I can go to Pictures and I'm going to right click in this picture folder. I'm going to click New and I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm going to call this Screenshots. And just click off of that and now you have a folder. So I'm going to double click in that folder and I'm going to name this. I'm going to call this my selfie screenshot. Or you can just call it selfie. and click Save. Now you can see, if you come back down here to your folder and you go to your Pictures, Container, File folder, and you click on Screenshots, it's going to show you your screenshot. And it will look like a picture. You can edit it, you can crop it, you can print it, whatever you need to do. Now, I'm going to exit off of that, and I'm going to come back over to my assignment, and I'm going to pretend that it wanted me to take a screenshot. So I'm going to do Add Media, and I'm going to attach that file, and it might make me go choose that, so I'm going to go to Pictures, and I'm going to go to Screenshots, and I'm going to double click that. And again, I'm going to wait until that says complete. Now, if you notice, my nice little screenshot is a PNG file, which means that's a picture. And it takes a little more time to upload than a file that was a PDF. So it's going to take a little bit more time for you to see that complete, most likely. And then once that's finished, I'm going to click Add Media. And then I'll be able to see that here. So that's how you would do a screenshot. It's extremely beneficial for you, and how to do a selfie without using your phone. I had a parent who said, we don't have a phone our child does not have a phone to use, and this was a very young child, which again, this is why we're doing this video, to show you the resources that you have available on your machines, and you're able to utilize that. So the media album, taking a selfie or taking a screenshot, you can do that through no external devices at all. You can do that with the machine you've been provided. So I'm going to go back to my training course, and I'm going to do, and again, I showed you can take a picture. You can actually pick your device up. If you've created a poster and you don't want to drive that poster to school, you can actually take a picture of that poster and do just exactly what I just showed you to upload that file. And for example, if I click, there's a Science Wanted poster, and it's going to give you information that it wants you to look at, and then it's going to ask you to submit assignment. If I want to go right here and submit mine, I can go again and get my picture. I can take a picture of my screenshot or my poster, whatever it is I've created, and I just click submit. It's the same function whether you submit media, upload an assignment. You can create right here. If they tell you to type out your response right here in this provided box, you can do that, and it's called a rich text editor. It's what it's called, or RT. I believe it's RTF. Is it rich text editor? I think is what they call it in Schoology. And so you would type in the rich text editor, and it's just like a little miniature version of Microsoft Word or word processing. You type it in there and you click submit. You don't have to save it anywhere else, but you can save the draft, but you can submit it right here, and then you can go back and see your submission as well. So I think that covers everything with the exception of Teams, and I want to show you on Teams, and I wanted to make sure I covered everything that that I thought you might need to be able to do. And on Microsoft Teams, I had a parent who contacted me right before I left school, and she said, I'm having trouble. One thing, or two things actually, that you have to do in Microsoft Teams, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that while I'm in here, if it will let me show you. And I think I have to do that through the Software Center, so I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the Software Center. So while you're at school, and if your teacher is using Microsoft Teams and you want the desktop version, you can download that from the Software Center, again from the Applications tab. And you can just click it, and you actually will get to see this one, and install it. And I do want to show you one thing when you're setting up your Teams. because you have to allow access to your microphone and to your camera. And a lot of parents were not allowing that to take place, so they weren't able to communicate with the teacher. So you have to allow your device to access, you have to allow teams to access your camera and your microphone in order for you to be able to communicate with your teacher. But I just want to show you real quickly where you can do that in Teams. I just want to walk you through that real quickly. And I actually wanted you to see how we install software from the Software Center. So I'm doing both of those in one activity here. Now, if you all have questions, I'm going to go back through the chat and look at your questions. I will answer every one of those questions, and I'm actually going to stay online until you're finished asking questions, and I will answer all of those. If I can't answer your question, I will get an answer for you and get back to you as quickly as I can. And it's taking mine a little bit longer to install here than I thought it was going to. Once it's finished, you just click on the X to get out of the Software Center, and then your Microsoft Teams will appear on your desktop. That's probably going to make me log in. Yep. I'm going to try it with where I'm on single sign-on. It might cause a little bit of a complaint here, and it might not let me, so I might have to do it a little bit differently. And it's going to ask you to allow your organization to manage your device, and I will say yes when you install Teams. And I wanted you to see this process because it is important that you see exactly what you're going to have to go through when you set those up. So I'll just click done, and everything is there. And then what I want to show you is where you're going to go to, I'm going to go over to, I'll just do it right here. I'll do a call. No, I don't want to do that. Actually, I'm going to go back to, trying to find mine, and it's not showing my Teams on there. On all teams, there it goes. Okay, so if I click on my team here, I can actually go to Meet. And now what I want you to see, when I go in here, I'm going to click Meet Now. I hope this does not cause a problem. Allow access. I'm not going to go through all that. Okay, so right here where it says the three little ellipses, when you click More Actions, it will actually say Show Device Settings. And then I'm going to be able to click here what I want to use for my mic and speakers, and it's going to ask me to turn that on to allow access. So once I do that, you have access to that, and you can go back and set up your account. Even though you've already set up your Teams, you can go back and turn on whatever speaker and microphone you want to use, and you can allow access there. Now, that concludes my training for this evening, and I will start answering your questions. If you have questions, I will be glad to start answering those. I can't see them. Mine's disconnected again. It's showing me they're disconnected.
Yeah, there's no comments.
Okay. So if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer those, and you can contact me at the help desk, and I will do whatever you need me to do to get you through whatever process you're working on. We will work with you, help you in any way that we can, and we're grateful you have participated in the training. This video will be, I do want to show you one more thing. This video will be available on the Board of Education website. There is a link there. And I do want to show you one more thing. West Virginia has what is called Kids Connect Network. And those are access points to allow hotspot wirelesses for you to utilize throughout our county. And what I did, I actually bookmarked this, and in the chat, we are putting the link there for you to be able to click on this map that shows you where those Kids Connect access points are throughout our county. And I'm going to go just a little bit larger. And then if you find a little blue dot and you click on that to show you, that shows you where that access point is located. So you can click on those dots. And again, we've provided the link in the chat, and you'll be able to click on that, and then you can save that as a bookmark so you can see where those are available. So you will click that, and it will tell you where that's located, and you can go there to access the Kids Connect Hotspot Wireless. So this is Wayne County. If you live in the Westmoreland area, you will see, the Huntington area, you'll be able to see a lot more of those. They're a little more densely located, and you'll be able to access those a few more places. You'll have more access. So if you have any questions regarding that, you can look at the map and see where that's located. They're also on that link. I think the help desk is located there, and if it isn't, I'll go back in the chat and put that help desk number for that Kids Connect Hotspot Wireless. I'll put that help desk number in there for you as well. So the state takes care of those hotspot wireless accounts, and there is an actual direct line. You call them for troubleshooting with those access points. And again, I thank you for watching and participating, and if you have any questions, you can call the help desk and we'll walk you through whatever you need, and have a wonderful evening.